Hi everyone, welcome to the tasting room. We are trying something a little bit different today. We are going to be tasting Lot 940 together with some familiar faces and some new faces. All of you are very familiar with Chris Lafleur, who comes from us from Toronto, is part of our tasting panel, who's been doing an amazing job, by the way.
Oh, my heart swelling.
And Kristin Smith, who has been with us at Cameron Hughes Wine for a long time. She is like our secret weapon in making sure that your shipments get to your house on time. But today we are going to taste a wine that I know you are going to love. Perhaps you like Rieslings, perhaps you like Chenin Blanc, perhaps you like wines that have good acidity. We shall find out. So, to begin with, may the somm open the bottle of wine.
The somm may open the bottle.
So
Excellent.
This wine is from a really interesting area in California. It's from Clarksburg. Not super well known, really not. However, a ton of wine comes from there. It's part of the Sacramento Delta. It's right off the Sacramento River. Tell me a little bit about the area.
Yeah, so Sacramento is part of California Central Valley, also known as the breadbasket of California. So a lot of grape growing, a lot of fruits and vegetables come out of California in this area, grapes being no exception. So today's Chenin Blanc is one of those grapes that is grown out there. So you've got the hot summer sun that bakes everything up, but you also get a lot of that Delta cool influence off of the ocean.
How did you know all that?
I spent a little bit of time in that area.
So the intention of us all tasting the wine for you is so you get different perspectives on this wine. And this wine in particular is quite interesting because it's a Chenin Blanc. And when we think Chenin Blanc, we think dry, we think,
Crisp.
kind of crisp, lots of minerality, but this wine is different.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of funny to me to hear that people think dry on this. And then I was like, okay, no, I see it. Because like South African Chenin, Californian Chenin, pretty dry stuff. But my experience with Chenin Blanc first comes from France, where you find it normally in the north in the Loire region. So that turns out to be either Savennières, which is super oxidative, 15% wild, expressive wine. And then you have Vouvray, which tends to be off-dry, very youthful, aromatic. And so I feel like this kind of rides the line between the two and then also somehow connects it to like California. Like we've got some sweetness here. We've also got like a dry character. We've got a nice fresh fruit driven thing. It's kind of hitting all the notes.
I feel like what you're saying is old world meets new world.
Oh, we love to hear it.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
I can't wait. All right, what do you smell?
Oh, I dug right in with the tasting. I apologize, I got excited. But here's what I smell. So I get apples, and how about this? What kind of apples you guys smell?
I think the green apple is the very first note you notice.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree. I mean, I think it could be maybe a pink also apple. I mean, like it's crisp.
The
To
honey
me,
crisp?
It's honey crisp. Yes.
Honey crisp.
Mm-hmm. Like when I think green apple, when you mention that, it makes me feel like this is a youthful wine because it means that we're getting more of that green expression, that kind of malic acid, that really racy tone we get under the palate. And so, yeah, I think that's there. And I also like to call them pink apples too. I always say yellow apples because I grew up with it where there's tons of apple trees. But I know a lot of people don't love yellow apples. I happen to. But like, there's something about like that pink character that feels a little bit more luscious, a little rich, juicy, and has a touch of wax on it to me. Like a little bit of a waxy character.
I mean, what I find particularly interesting in the aromatics is that there's even clay for the amount of sweetness that is in this wine.
Yeah. There's a nice alluvial character to the earth tones here, because there's something earthy, but it feels very clean.
So why, do you know why that is? I mean,
Why is there minerality in things? I think no one knows why. I know that sommeliers and winemakers love talking about it as if we understand it, but no one really knows. But I mean, if you smell it, it's there. We can still say it's there. We just don't know where it comes from.
Right.
But you were saying that this is very similar to another wine that you like. I believe it was German Riesling.
I love Dr. Lucen. Just gonna put it out there. If you're a Dr. Lucen fan, you are gonna love this wine. And not the Dr. Lucen price, much better price than Dr. Lucen. To me, what I love about Dr. Lucen is I do like a bit of sweetness, but it's lifted.
Yeah.
You know, it's lifted with that minerality. It's lifted with that acidity. So it doesn't just like drop on my tongue. It's just kind of is like a lovely dance.
A lovely dance. Okay.
Definitely the acidity on the back of the tongue, once you take a sip, you can definitely feel a tingle back there. So you're not just getting that overwhelming sweetness, you can for sure feel a whole secondary set of sensation.
Yeah.
So for the old schoolers, we did a wine quite some time ago, lot 259. Yeah. It was a Riesling Chenin
Blanc blend.
This is emblematic of that style, though this isn't a blend of Riesling and Chenin Blanc. This is pure Chenin Blanc. It's just fabulous. What a great summer wine, but also will go into fall perfectly.
I was saying the best pairing for this is a picnic blanket. To go and sit out with this, have it under a hot day, stay in the shade, enjoy some nice wine. It's gonna cool you down. Killer.
And the like in the back of the throat thing. I know, I'm in the wine business. In the back of the throat thing.
You know that thing?
It's lovely.
The finish is beautiful. It really stays.
To me, I think this would also be a really awesome sangria wine. It's something that at the price point you can't beat. You're looking for something to beat a summer heat moment. Some nectarines or peaches with white wine overnight. That's gonna make an amazing summer sangria.
So Kristin, this wine seriously tastes like a $30 wine.
Yeah.
And it like literally is unbelievable. How much are we selling this for?
This one will be $11 online.
It's so crazy to me. Do you hear that price associated with this wine? Because it's like if you're talking about South Africa, you're talking about minimum $25 for a good one. You're talking about Vouvray, you're probably starting around 35.
Yeah.
And I know I'm talking in Canadian dollars, but that applies to American stuff too.
Yeah.
And then if you get into Sauvignon, forget it. It's like a $70 bottle. So this is wild for good quality Chenin Blanc to come in at $11.
Oh my God. Well, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
What a great wine. Hope you guys enjoy. Buy some of this amazing Chenin. You will not regret it. Cheers.
Cheers.